Welcome to Echo Tales. Tonight, a story of an awakening, born from the bitter taste of betrayal. The silence in that room lasted precisely 3 seconds after her words fell. Not the stunned hush of surprise, but the cold, knowing quiet that settles when a brutal punchline lands, and you alone realize you were the joke. My fork, laden with green bean casserole, froze mid-air, a foolish tableau. Her uncle cleared his throat, a conspiratorial cough. Her cousin's lip trembled with a barely suppressed smirk. Even her co-worker, yes, he was there, a silent witness to my humiliation, merely blinked at his wine and offered a knowing nod. And Marcy, my wife, she simply sipped her drink, her gaze fixed anywhere but on me, as if commenting on the weather. Well, to be fair, Frank was never really emotionally equipped for marriage. I didn't ask what she meant. I didn't need to. That sentence didn't emerge spontaneously. It was polished, primed, a blade sharpened for this precise moment. Her mother's half-pleased smile, a silent finally, confirmed it. I knew then I didn't belong at that table. Perhaps I never had. I mumbled an excuse about a call, found refuge in the bathroom, and stared at a stranger's face in the mirror for 7 agonizing minutes. Then a silent retreat through the side door. No yells, no slammed doors, no grand theatrical exit. Just an absence, a sudden quiet void. She didn't call that night, nor the next. And yet, what I found upon my return to our house, or what remained of it, was what truly began to break me. The house, unervingly clean, was the first shock. No coat on the hook, no shoes by the door, no familiar clutter. Just sterile silence and the faint, artificial scent of lemon. A showroom version of our life, meticulously wiped clean of any evidence I'd ever truly lived there. My keys, dropped into the usual dish, clinked with an unfamiliar, amplified echo. I should have gone to a hotel, slept in the car, but a desperate need clawed at me. To meet her eyes, to search for a flicker of regret. She wasn't home, of course. Her car was gone. I didn't know whether to feel relieved or insulted. I wandered, disoriented, searching for a message, any sign that her words at dinner were a misfired joke. But nothing in that calculated cruelty felt accidental. It carried weight. It carried venom. I ended up in a laundry room, still haunted by her lavender fabric softener. Slumped on the dryer, head in my hands, fighting the urge to shatter, I saw it. A folded pink slip, half hidden between the washer and the wall. Curiosity, or perhaps a morbid desperation, compelled me. Eli, my stomach coiled. A name I'd never heard. The note, brutally short, devastatingly clear. Thank you for seeing me, for making me feel like I matter. With you, I don't feel small. I don't feel married. That last word, cruelly underlined. My name wasn't there, yet her handwriting, the familiar curve of her letters, the heart above it screamed her ownership. And now, it clearly wasn't mine anymore. Sleep was a ghost that night. I lay on the living room couch, the ceiling fan's shadows mocking me like a slow, indifferent clock. The note, a silent accusation, rested on the coffee table. I didn't touch my phone, didn't demand answers. I knew where she wasn't. Here, with me. Around 3:40 a.m., the soft thud of the garage door, the jingle of her keys. My pulse hammered so violently, I feared it would betray me. I didn't move, didn't feign sleep, just listened as she crept through the kitchen, paused, a phantom of indecision, then ascended the stairs. The closing door, a final, chilling punctuation mark. The next morning, driven by a raw, primal need, I violated a trust I'd believed sacrosanct for 12 years. While the shower water roared its cover, I took her phone from the nightstand. My birthday, still the passcode, a cruel jest. Her messages. Eli, not Eli from work, not Eli from yoga. Just Eli, as if his presence in her life was an open secret. Dozens of messages, voice notes, late-night timestamps. I still feel your hands. Do you think he suspects anything? I hate pretending around him. Then, the crushing blow, Eli's reply. He doesn't see you. He never did. Not like I do. I locked the phone, replaced it precisely, and fled the room before the urge to burn it consumed me. Not yet. No tears. just the suffocating grip on the steering wheel in the silent garage. Desperately searching for the last time she looked at me with anything resembling that raw devotion. I couldn't remember. The next few days were a masterclass in performative normalcy. Her forced laughter, fleeting kisses, even the audacious question about our upcoming anniversary. The one she'd already desecrated with another. I mumbled about dinner. Did she notice my silence? Or had her guilt already calcified into indifference? That insidious possibility stung the most. Yet a strange shift began. As my pretense deepened, hers frayed. Her phone lay carelessly face up. Texts buzzed louder. One morning, while she brushed her teeth, a message from Tara, her best friend. Can't believe you're still keeping the earrings hidden. You're savage. My breath hitched. Earrings. Later that afternoon, with her gone, I began a methodical search. The locked drawer in her old jewelry box. A forgotten sanctuary. The key, taped under the lid, a relic of my past thoughtfulness. Inside, a small black velvet box, alien not mine. Teardrop, sapphire earrings, stunning, extravagant. Beneath them, the receipt. 2 airline tickets to Seattle. One for her, one for Elijah Grant. Departure, our anniversary. The same weekend she claimed a women's leadership retreat. I stood there, the receipt trembling, not just from the betrayal of the gifts or the lies, but from the chilling efficiency, the casual ease with which she had utterly erased me from the very blueprints of her future. But in that moment, the spiraling ceased. My mind sharpened into a cold, precise blade. If she could master such a sophisticated performance, so could I. For days, I played the oblivious husband, the fool she thought I'd always been. I announced our anniversary dinner, a high-end downtown restaurant she deemed stuffy and overpriced, far from her fictional retreat. I made the reservation under her name, arranged flowers, and ensured the host would call her directly. Her reaction to the call was priceless. A flash of panic, then a sickly sweet smile. Oh, I completely forgot. Yes, tell them we'll be there. She turned to me, a forced laugh. You're really pulling out all the stops this year, huh? I simply nodded, asking what dress she'd wear. I knew, the red one. The same dress she wore the night we met. The night she kissed me like forever was a promise. But this time, it wouldn't be for me. That night, I feigned sleep. At 4:42 a.m., the soft rumble of suitcase wheels on the stairs, the whispered phone call, the click of the door, and the faint squeal of tires. I waited until the garage light vanished. Then, my own keys in hand, I drove downtown. Not to the restaurant, to Owen's. My brother, my anchor, the one person I had kept out of our crumbling edifice. He opened the door, pajama-clad and confused. But as I laid out the evidence, the receipt, the messages, the earrings, his expression shifted. I don't want revenge, I told him. I need truth, documentation, clarity, help. While she clinked glasses with Eli under soft candlelight, I composed a letter. One she would find taped to our front door. Its final, chilling line, I'm done being your placeholder. From now on, I disappear on purpose. Her return on Sunday night was anything but quiet. I had pictured her slipping back in, silent, perhaps a stammered apology, maybe tears. Instead, I watched from Owen's car as her headlights cut through the darkness. The porch light off. It threw her. She emerged in heels, the red dress slightly rumpled, suitcase in one hand, phone in the other. Not tired, irritated, as if bracing for a minor inconvenience, not an unraveling. She climbed the steps, saw the envelope, dead center on the door, my name in stark block letters. I hadn't written much inside. I didn't need to. The real evidence, the earrings, the note, the printed screenshots was already gone. But I left one photograph. Owen's capture of me, standing before the rented storage unit, all my belongings safely locked away. The house, stripped bare of me. The bank accounts secured. The keys changed. I watched her read the letter on the porch, saw her stop halfway, clutching the paper as if it had burned her fingers. Her eyes scanned the dark street, a sudden, animal awareness that she wasn't alone. Was I watching? Yes, but she didn't know where. That's when the panic truly seized her. She tried the doorknob. Locked. fumbled for her keys. Tried again. Nothing. Her phone lit up with my name on Owen's screen. I let it ring. Again. 10 times. No voicemail. No text. Finally, she sank onto the porch, the red dress pooling around her, hands visibly shaking. Her breath came in short, sharp intakes, the same way she fought tears at family dinners. But I didn't go to her. I let her sit with it. Not the silence, but the absence. The deliberate, crushing vacuum where I used to be. That night, I didn't need to shout. I didn't need to expose her. She had already exposed herself. 2 days later, her voice. A shaky, strained voicemail at 2:14 a.m. Frank, please. This isn't how we fix things. You disappeared. That's not fair. Her voice cracked, a practiced tremor. Not enough to convince me it was real, only to remind me of how often she'd used tears as a weapon. I didn't reply. Instead, I opened my laptop and wrote. Not a vengeful tirade, just the truth. No names, no explicit affair details. I told a small online support group that I'd been erased from my own marriage, a slow, suffocating surrender while someone else devoured all the space. I described her smiles at my sacrifices, her rehearsed indifference to my unwavering loyalty. It wasn't dramatic. It was brutally honest. And people, it seemed, were starved for honesty. Comments flooded in. Emails. Not pity, but raw empathy. Stories from fellow survivors of similar unraveling. I hadn't expected it. I hadn't known how desperately I needed it. It fundamentally shifted something within me. I was not alone. That's when her panic truly ignited. Tara messaged, she's freaking out. People at work are whispering. Did you post something? Then, Marcy's own email. 3 paragraphs of confusion, apology, defensive rage, a desperate digital tangle. Why are you doing this to me? I thought we could talk like adults. I made a mistake, but you're humiliating me. My unspoken reply, no. You humiliated yourself the moment you chose someone else and smiled while doing it. I simply stopped covering for you. She didn't realize people were already piecing it together. Not because I pointed fingers, but because she had left a trail of breadcrumbs. The red dress, the fabricated business trip, the coworker. The fallout was inevitable. I never answered, not out of hatred, nor a desire for her suffering. There was nothing left to explain. She knew, and for the first time, she was forced to confront it, without me as her emotional janitor, tidying up the wreckage she so carelessly created. Owen offered to spare room indefinitely, but I craved my own space. Unrecognizable. Quiet. I found a rental 2 towns over. Nothing grand, but it overlooked a small lake, and its floors didn't creak under the weight of guilt. I bought mismatched furniture, stocked the fridge with food I liked, free from her imposed health shakes and almond milk. I began to sleep, deeper, longer. Then, a message appeared in the support group thread. Your story gave me the courage to leave. Another. I thought I was crazy until I read what you wrote. I stared at the screen, a profound realization settling. I hadn't just escaped. I'd helped others find their own door. I didn't go back. I didn't answer her final voicemail, a weak, hollow plea that it wasn't like that, and we should talk. I had finally learned the difference between being a husband and being an emotional hostage. That lesson, it was worth every atom of pain. Last I heard, she was taking time to reflect, whatever diluted truth that phrase held. I don't wish her harm. I don't wish her anything at all. I simply wish myself peace. And for the first time in years, I think I have it. Thank you for listening. Have you ever been pushed to a breaking point, only to find profound strength in a silent, resolute departure? Share your stories below. Don't forget to subscribe for more journeys of the heart, here on Echo Tales, where every story is a step towards healing.